Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. And while I do appreciate the intent behind this section, I do have concerns regarding the legislature raising the gas tax after this, or a future governor when facing a fiscal crisis, like the fiscal crisis we're currently in, just going back into this bill and eliminating that section. Upon some of the studies I've been doing regarding the gas tax, so I was told that about $14 million goes into the Special Transportation Fund for every penny the gas is reduced. So if we look at how much the gas tax potentially we could be reduced over five years, so the state, I believe, would be at a loss of about $72 million. Now, one of the things I have concerns about is we're giving up $72 million potentially. Now, I've seen toll plans out there saying that, oh, we'll get $900 million from a toll plan where there'd be 72 gantries or so, which would be a lot throughout the state, hitting everybody, and we're only giving up 72 cents. So I would like to see, certainly the gas tax reduced further if we're going to be doing this to our residents, especially if approximately 70% or 65% of them will be the ones who are actually paying for these tolls. So in the long run, the citizens of the good state of Connecticut will actually be paying more than what they're paying now. And I understand the good proponent of the bill's passion. I understand that he's concerned about our roadways. I'm concerned about our roadways too. But I also think that the people of Connecticut, when you talk to them about tolls, you talk to them about tolls in my area, a lot of them think of border tolls. And we all know we can't do border tolls. We can't do border tolls. We can't just do tolls of out-of-state drivers. But what worries me is the toll plans I've seen, they're everywhere. I've heard folks in this chamber say tolls will be everywhere. They're not everywhere in Massachusetts. They're not everywhere in New York. They're not everywhere in Rhode Island. They have roads that they are on, one in Massachusetts, where there's several gantries. They only have it, I believe, in over 2 bridges in Rhode Island, and on the New York State Thruway, and over some bridges in the state of New York. This is asking too much, what I've seen, too much of Connecticut residents. So that concerns me. We have a crisis, $5 billion deficit. I wish we had been working that before. And, going back to the good chairman's, good proponent's discussion about Jaws. Now, Jaws is one of my favorite movies. I love Steven Spielberg. And it's funny he brings up Jaws, because it made me think of the scene, or several scenes, I guess, in the movie, when folks are running out of the beach because of the shark. And all I kept thinking about is, those are the people of the state of Connecticut fleeing this state because of higher taxes and higher fees. And all this bill will do is lead to more funds coming out of hardworking people's pockets, because this state can't function. They can't spend their money right, and they just want more and more and more from the residents of this state. 65% of this will come from the residents of this state at least. Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I oppose this bill.